YouTube. What's going on, man? Welcome to the new page exclusive, man. My name is Rock. Man, I'm here to bring you new content, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully build a community, man. So this is episode 1, man. We're going to do this drop fade with enhancements. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to jump right into it, man. Yeah, so I'm going right in with my FX trimmers, man. I'm starting it off like a regular bald mid fade, and then I'm dropping it right behind the ear. Everything under that, I'm cleaning it up. All right. So this is one of the most important steps. Man, if you don't get this down and understand that this is like one of the most important steps to all your cuts, you will not get better at any cuts. So I'm making sure it's clean. I'm doing the same thing on the other side, all right? So going under it, cleaning it up, you know what I'm saying? Right when it gets behind the ear, I drop it just a little bit, okay? Not too much of a drastic drop, but it's a clean, it's a nice drop that fits his head. So I slowed it down right here just so y'all can see. And I usually don't go in with the trimmers head on. I usually go with the motion that you see right here, creating the line. It makes it easier for me to get the line out at the end when I get back to that line. But yeah, so I'm going in with a 1.5 on top. We're gonna debulk this hair down, man. We're gonna get it to a desired length that we want. My client couldn't decide if he wanted it longer or shorter on top, so you're gonna see me moving my lever from open to close. So right now I'm just making sure it's clean canvas and it's nice, keeping his waves connected. Right here you see me go halfway with the same 1.5 on top, and again we just debulking. All right. Alright, yeah, so I don't need y'all talking about me, but I ain't get all the angles on this debulk, especially on this right side. I ain't get the angle, but same thing on the next step too. But all I did was go in with my masters, as you can see right here. I went in with my masters open, and I did my next step. And all I did was go in 1/2 inch to 1 inch up, and I'm gonna pause it right here in a second, just so you can see. It's just 1, 2, 3 levels, you know what I'm saying? Same thing they teach you in school, all right? Also, man, y'all let me know if I'm moving too fast in the comments, man. This is my first video. I will get better at this. And I'm here for y'all, man. I'm just trying to start a community, helping people and just giving back to the community. So on this next step, what I'm doing is I'm taking that same 1.5 that I debulked with. I'm using it to work the middle. Y'all gonna hear me saying work the middle a lot in a lot of my videos, and this is what I mean by it. Especially when you see me doing drop fades and mid fades, any kind of fade that's going around the whole head. You're gonna hear me saying work the middle a lot. Yeah, and one thing about it, the term work the middle doesn't just apply to just the fades. It's gonna apply to mostly all your fades, like your tapers and everything too. So what I just did right here was close my lever, and again I'm softening up that middle section. All right, I just closed it again all the way. All right, and by the end of this, after I get done with my next step, which is my 1, all I should have is just that top bulk part, just to blend in a little bit, and then that bottom line. All right. So as you can see, I put on my 1 open. All right. And all I'm doing is the same thing that I did with my 1.5. All right. And it's just a quick tip, man. As you can tell, I don't know if you could tell, but the lower that I get in my guards, just a little bit lower that I am where I'm fading, the positioning where I'm fading, and using my corners. All right. So as you can tell, I'm using my corners a little bit lower than where I was using my 1.5. All right. So yeah, as you can see right there, I just closed my lever a little bit. Just like I told you, I'm going back and forth from opening and closing. Yeah, so right here I took off my guard and I closed it halfway. And again, I'm using just my corners just so I can take out that bottom line, all right? Me taking out this bottom line, you're gonna see this fade come together seamlessly, all right? Yeah, man, so what I'm doing, man, is I'm playing with my lever, but I'm using mostly my corners, man, and it's something that y'all definitely have to get used to, man. I definitely have to get used to it. And just another view. As you can see, the fade is coming together. So right here, what I do is I put on my half guard after I take out that bottom line. All right, and I open my half guard all the way, then I kind of, this is kind of like my detailing work. All right, my detailing work just to bring in everything. Right here, what I did was put back on my one, and I got it open, and I went back up into that middle section just so I can detail it a little bit more. Same thing that I did with the half guard, all right? So what I kind of did was fade up, fade down, and I'm fading back up in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it's more of a detailing when I go back up, all right? It's more getting out those kinks and those dark spots that I don't like. Right here, what I did was go with the grain, just to debulk it even more, just get some of those dark spots out that I don't like. And I'm not going above the Parietal Ridge, all right? So I'm just staying right there, right below the Parietal Ridge. If you don't know what the Parietal Ridge is, just basically where the side of his head goes into the top of his head, okay? Once you go to school, you'll learn a little bit more about that, all right? Just doing like a little reverse fade on his beard too. And y'all have to excuse me, in this video, I did not get the beard line up. I did not get the beard line up. I'm sorry about that. Again, it's my first video. I will get better at it, all right? So the same steps that I did on that side, I'm gonna do on this side. So I'm gonna speed it up here, and I'll be back. So pay close attention to the steps, and you'll get it, man. Enjoy this music too, man. All these beats out here, I made myself. So if anybody want to purchase beats, man, I make beats too. So let me know. All right, y'all, I'm back. So what I did was slow it down, that way you can see the way that I connect the back. So what I do is I go, I take my masters and I go all the way lever open, and all I'm just trying to do is connect the sides to the back. Right here, you're gonna see me close my lever on my masters. I'm gonna take out that bottom line real quick. Just that easy, you know what I'm saying? Take out that bottom line, and then I'm gonna switch back over to my seniors, and I'm gonna take my 1.5 and fade above that genetic line that he has. So I'm just cleaning up everything under that genetic line. That's where you see me stopping with my masters. So here in a second, I'm gonna switch over to my seniors. So here's my 1.5. Switch back over to my seniors. So what I'm doing is going right above that genetic line, but below his occipital bone. All right. And the occipital bone is basically right at the top. His occipital bone is basically right at the top of his ears. All right. And again, I'm working the middle, just like I did on the sides. I'm working the middle, and the middle for his head is below the occipital bone. I can't even talk right now, man. Occipital bone and above that genetic line. So what I did was take my 1, switch over to my 1, and I got it halfway, and I'm just basically trying to get out that line and make that fade, that genetic line fade a little bit more better to where it doesn't look as noticeable. But yeah, man, that's all I'm doing. I'm using my corners too, and I'm going in the direction that his hair grows. That's one thing you got to get about fading too, is that you have to cut in the way that the hair lays. Like, the hair is going to tell you exactly which way to cut. All right. And I see a lot of people, when I be seeing people fade, man, they try to go in the direction that they want to go to, or what's comfortable for them. And that's not going to work. Especially if you're just starting off, man, you're going to be a little uncomfortable at first until you start to get comfortable. So what you see me doing right here, what I'm doing is I'm taking my 1.5, and I'm doing kind of like a little raking method right off of the occipital bone, just so I can blend it a little bit more. And I got that thing all the way open, I think. Shoot, let me see. Yep, I got it all the way open. And what I'm doing right here is you can see that I'm trying to, because he got waves, so I want those waves to blend in a little bit better. So what I'm doing is connecting the side to the middle, and this is pretty much a little bit more detailed work, you know. Again, just a little raking method. The more videos I do, the more you'll start to understand the methods that I'm doing, and the way that I'm using my clipper. All right. So again, same thing, just a little more detailed work. Yeah. So for all y'all wondering what I'm doing right here, I'm just going off the top of his head, and I'm just laying that hair down a little bit more. That's all. Nothing special. Ain't no special trick. I'm just going off the top of the head, just making the hair lay down a little bit better. All right, so yeah, man, I'm dusting them off, man. I'm finna just get my client ready for just a little service that I do. And if you made it this far in the video, man, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Please like and subscribe. Let me know that y'all like the video and that y'all want more videos like this. So all I did was put my client under the steamer, put a hot towel on him. You know, this is something that I provide in my gold package services. This is just I'm just showing a little part of it, man. These are the type of things that make a difference, man, and keep your customers coming back, bro. When you offer things that other barbers are not offering, and it take 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 minutes, but it make a difference, bro. Like, this is where you're gonna get your $20 and your $30, $40 tips, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, look. Look at this smile, man. He was loving that, you know what I'm saying? So I just encourage y'all to, you know what I'm saying, tap into more services that you could be providing to your customers. So all I did right here too is I'm prepping his hair, getting ready for the lineup, all right? That's all, man. All right, so what y'all see me doing right here, man, I'm still prepping the lineup, and what I did was take my masters, and I got that lever closed, man. I don't recommend people doing this if you're just starting out. If you are gonna do it, open that lever. You know what I'm saying? Open that lever, that way you don't cut as much hair. I just been doing it for a long time, so yeah. So what I do right here is I put on my one guard. Or my zero guard from my masters, and I debulk it a little bit more, just because I want that lineup to be crispy, man. This is the type of stuff that make a difference in your line, and that way you don't get no complications and no problems when you start your line. All right, so all I'm doing is putting on a little holding spray first, and then we're gonna start this line.
Got that crack.
Again, man, I want to apologize too. I did not get the beard line up in here, but what you see me doing is I'm doing the same thing, putting the holding spray, the same holding spray that I put on line, I put on the beard too. All right. So yeah, man, I start off by brushing it and then tapping the vertical bar line, keeping the line as natural as possible. I'm gonna change the angle here in a second. And then I hit it with my barber pencil, as you can see right here. Then I also go back into it with my trimmer, just tapping it just a little bit, not much. We're gonna get rid of that line, that white line here in a second. So I move on to my C shape, my Chicago C shape. As you can tell, my trimmers are hidden. You know what I'm saying? My trimmers are zero gap. I recommend you do zero gap them, but I don't want you to have them too sharp. All right. Because we're going to be going over this line multiple times, and you don't want to cause no skin irritation, all right? So, same thing that I did on my vertical bar, I'm doing on the C shape. I'm going to do this throughout the duration of the hairline, all right? So, yeah, moving on to the top of the hairline. We're going to connect it to the vertical bar, keeping it natural. Again, man, he has a pretty healthy hairline, so I don't want to take none of that back. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep him looking young as possible, all right? All right, so same thing I did on the vertical bar in the Chicago C shape. I'm doing the same thing on the top of the hairline. Again, going in with my trimmers first, pencil, then trimmer again. All right. So remember that: trimmer, pencil, trimmer. All right. That's why I don't want you to have your zero gap or your trimmers hitting too hard, too hard, until you can get your pressure points right. Because you're gonna be going over this line multiple times. Like I just counted like 3 times. All right. So hitting it just a little bit in the middle, and then you're gonna see me do the same thing that I did on the other side. On this side, hitting my vertical bar, keeping it as natural as possible, not taking this line back. And then I'm going to hit it with the pencil, then I'm going to hit it with the trimmer again. All right. Now I'm going to move on to the C shape. You're going to see me point. That's where I want to have it. I want it to be as natural as possible. All right. So, and I am using my corners. When I do my C shape, I'm using my corners. I see a lot of people using their whole clipper. Like, you would never get, you know what I'm saying, that C shape or that shape, that line, if you don't use just strictly your corners. If you use the whole clipper, it's not gonna be there. Just like I'm using this pencil to draw on that line, you got to use your clipper the same way. All right. So again, trimmer, pencil, trimmer. All right.
Rock got that crack.
And right here, what you see me doing, I'm moving them back and forth just to see if those C shapes are symmetrical. The same thing with the vertical bars, if they're symmetrical before I move on to the top of the line. So here, I'm moving on to the top of the line, keeping it as natural as possible, going from the middle to the vertical bar, going back from the vertical bar back to the middle. And you'll just see me doing that multiple times until it looks right to me. So it looks right to me, and I'm going in with the pencil, then I'm going in with the trimmer, same steps. That thing coming together, boy. Woo! I'm liking that. Look at that fade, man. That's one thing I do like about enhancements. You get to see the fade even more, and the client gets to see the fade even more. So yeah, man. Right here, I'm going in with my Toppik, man. I use the dark brown, and what I like to do is hit it right on the card. You know what I'm saying? Right on the card, not too much, and lightly pressing it. If you do too much, if you press too much, man, it's gonna come out real bulky. So you have to get used to tapping it. You know what I'm saying? Tapping your top. So I ended up doing the other side, not recording it. But what I'm finna do is go in with the same hairspray that I started with, the holding spray. Just to hold those hair follicles down, and then I like to apply heat just so I can lock in those fibers. Also, I like to take the back of my comb and brush down all those excess fibers while blow drying it. All right, so it's just a technique of mine. It just works well for me. And then after that, I like to go in with my spray. Again, lightly, keeping it looking as natural as possible. All right. You see, I'm not spraying too much, man. Less is more when it comes to these enhancements. Y'all be caking on these enhancements, and it's terrible. All right. Yeah, man. So I'm putting in a little raw footage.
Still ugly though. Not when I get that cut though. Not when I get.
You know, and I did go back in and I hit my client with the razor. I didn't put that in there either, but this is what we started with, and this is what we ended with. You know what I'm saying? The end result, man. They're looking real crispy, man. Got them looking real good. Ready for the weekend for sure. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know, and follow me on Instagram at Rock Got It. And thank y'all for watching, man.